We gathered information on the most controversial celebrities of our time, such as Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, and Zac Efron.
We asked people from different age groups what they thought about each celebrity based on the knowledge they've gained from the media. Here are a few of our findings.
This report contains dramatic reenactments and material that is generalized across the age groups. Restrictions apply.
How old are you?
I'm 8.
What do you think about Justin Bieber?
Ew, gross. Justin Bieber's nasty. My sister talks about him all the time. He's weird.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
First of all, what's your age?
I'm 16.
What do you think about Justin Bieber?
Oh my god, Justin Bieber! I love him so much. His music is great. He's fantastic. His hair, his looks, oh my god. I follow him on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. He's so gorgeous. Justin, I love you.
Well, I think Justin Bieber's a bad influence for kids. He uses drugs, vandalizes, and has a lot of tattoos.
No, that's not true, honey. He's not like that. All his music is for little kids. Don't be like that. He's a cute little boy.
Based on our surveys and interviews overall, Justin Bieber was the second most controversial of the celebrities. Either the person liked Justin a lot or really disliked him, but no one was indifferent towards him because everyone knew exactly who he was as a cause of all the publicity he receives. Little kids, for the most part, depended on her authority for their opinion. Most children commented that their source of knowledge on Justin Bieber was their older sibling, and generally, if the older sibling was the same gender as the younger sibling, they agreed. And if the siblings were of the opposite gender, then they had opposing viewpoints. The little girls perceived Justin more positively than the little boys. Overall, the view that both the genders held on the personal appearance matched how they felt overall about Justin as a person and his music. Teens were more knowledgeable about Justin Bieber because of popular social media websites such as Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook. They had the most mixed feelings on the singer, but overall had a negative opinion about his lifestyle. Teen boys all responded that Justin Bieber was a terrible influence on today's generation because of his recent involvement with marijuana and prostitutes, claiming reputation went from a good boy to a bad boy who does silly things. Most of the teenage girls thought he was an admirable person, while some agreed he was good-looking but did idiotic things, while the teenage girls who saw him as an admirable person rated him high in every other category as well. The adults, on the other hand, weren't as informed on Justin Bieber as the teenagers were. The source of information was mainly their children or the news. They weren't informed of the minor scandals concerning the guy, such as his marijuana use or his involvement with prostitutes. They commented on the way he sagged his pants, indicating that their perception is based highly on images from the artist.
Pay attention, because this photo of Selena Gomez could finally unlock the ongoing "Is Selena Gomez still secretly banging Justin Bieber, or maybe not?" mystery. Someone explain.
So, her show the other night went out and took a bunch of pictures with the fans, and you can see her cell phone cover is Justin Bieber's album.
Oh my God, and don't even tell us it was
The Boyfriend album.
the Boyfriend album. Ah! This still doesn't prove they're boning. Maybe she just really likes his album.
Hold on. If you were dating somebody and then you broke up with them, would you ever put them on your cell phone?
Never, unless you were banging again.
Unless you were banging again.
Boom! Mystery solved. Or is it?
But it could be an optical illusion.
An optical illusion?
It's actually an optical illusion.
Yeah, we heard you the first time. Talk, woman!
There's a girl that it could be that's holding on maybe to her.
So you're saying it's not Selena's hand attached to that cell phone?
That's the fan's arm.
Wait. I like how we're arguing about this, like, because if it was her arm, a cell phone cover means they're definitely banging.
Duh!
I'm banging a black chick, apparently.
Hey, that seems racist.
No, you're racist. Can we get an expert in here? Let's say, Inspector Dax?
Selena's wearing this, like, outfit that comes up high, and on that one arm, the sleeve is not there. So I think it's the girl behind.
Nice work, Inspector. And while we can't prove for sure that she's banging Beebs again, we are positive about one thing. She looks damn fine in a bikini. Thanks, Mystery Arm. You're mysterious.
Emotion was present in all the interviews and surveys we conducted. It was obvious what emotion people felt towards Justin Bieber from the scolds and squeals we got as a response. Emotion determined how people responded because everyone has an emotion attached to every person they come across in their lives. Along with emotion comes reason. Reason allows people to make up their mind on a certain celebrity. For example, 3 young kids said their sisters had an impact on how they thought about Justin Bieber. They used reason to determine whether or not they liked this artist based on a higher authority's point of view. Based on the information gathered, we were able to come to the conclusion that Justin Bieber attracts more females than males, and this may be due to the image he represents. Some of the vocabulary we heard often repeated when people described Justin Bieber was annoying, weird, bad, and rude. There was some positivity, but this type of language really helped to portray Justin Bieber in a negative light. TMZ, for example, is a very popular news source. They use dramatization and exaggerated language to appeal to the people and make their point. They use a very exaggerated tone of voice also to make a little situation into a bigger deal than it really is. They use the fallacy argumentum ad passionem, also known as appeal to emotion, to manipulate the recipient's emotions. Many times we believe what news reports such as TMZ say because they talk with authority and use convincing language. But this is giving them false authority because many of their information, such as the type we just heard in the video, is solely opinion.
How old are you?
5.
Do you like Miley Cyrus?
I like Hannah Montana.
Oh, that's nice. And who are you?
I'm her mother.
Oh, how old are you, miss?
21.
21? Really?
That's for me to know.
Oh, okay, sorry. What do you think about Miley Cyrus?
I think she's a horrible influence. She does drugs, she smokes, she's practically naked and exhibits herself. That's not right.
Do you think this influences your kids?
Of course.
Hannah, put your shirt on.
How old are you?
17.
17. Cool. Have you heard about Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you think of her?
Well, she was a babe before, now she does stupid things. She bleached her eyebrows.
I see. As you can see, based on our information, Miley Cyrus is one of the most controversial artists of her time. She is known as a sweet angel to the children, as she used to portray a Disney star character named Hannah Montana, while the teens see her as a crazy celebrity, rating her talent with an average of a 2.5. These people also explain how her attitude and appearance are not acceptable. Even though adults and teens rate her talents, which is acting and singing, with a 2, many said that this controversy is due to the negative publicity given to her by the media. The media is a big part of the way the audience portrays the celebrity because of all the bad publicity. Media such as newspaper articles and celebrity news websites exaggerate the language in order to persuade the reader. For example, this video by TMZ is a great example of applying language to make the viewer jump to conclusions.
It's the music video critics are calling completely insane, over the top, voyeuristic sexualized grossness, and lastly, awesome! Yeah! Yes, Miley Cyrus released the music video for her new song, We Can't Stop. Now, you may recall the song itself stirred some controversy with drug-themed lyrics such as trying to get a line in the bathroom. But now, this? Do you know who wouldn't approve, Miley? This girl! Wait, who's that? Oh my God, it's what Miley used to look like! That pigtailed, sweet little girl from Tennessee who used to ride her bike with her puppy?
Oh my God, tights aren't pants, Miley.
Oh, come on. What would you rather she wear? A white fur coat while carrying a taxidermied weird animal with sunglasses on? Because she does that too. Well, congrats on shedding the old Hannah Montana image, Miley. We'd give you 2 thumbs up, but you just might cut them off and have Pepto-Bismol spill from them. Weird. Hot. Weird. Hot. Weird.
After watching the video, it can be seen how these gossipers poison the well by giving specific facts and references in order to show some logic and reason into the argument. The video begins by showing criticism of other reliable sources such as Huffington Post and the Billboard, and implanting negative thoughts about Miley Cyrus' music video. They also compare her to her young self in order to convince the young viewers that she is a bad influence. They try to impact their own perspective into their viewers, and this is what TMZ does. It can be said that the media uses language, emotion, reason, and perspective to portray celebrities to different ages in our own society.
Before the interviews, a news report will be presented about Zac Efron and his addiction.
Welcome to Holly Scoop. I'm Stephanie Bauer. It was revealed that Zac Efron went to rehab twice for a drug problem, so now obviously the sad stories will be coming out of the woodwork. One devastating tale is that Zac overdosed on prescription drug oxycodone in January during a wild night of partying in his hotel room. Zac even had to be resuscitated by guests at the party. The National Enquirer obtained a photograph of Zac passed out in his suite at the Thompson Hotel in New York City on January 3rd. An eyewitness who passed a lie detector test told the publication, quote, "My worst fear was that he had died from an overdose. He went through a lot of pills, even though it was clear he was entering a danger zone." The source says Zac asked his party guests to score some pills on the streets. The pills' street value is $30 each, and he asked for 40 individual tablets. Quote, "If he didn't have such a need for the oxy, I don't think he would have let us come into the room. He was a junkie. He wanted the drugs so bad, and this was the only way he could get them." This story is pretty salacious, but the good news is Zac is said to be clean, sober, and happy now.
And now with the interviews.
Hello, miss. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. How old are you? 10? What do you know about Zac Efron? What do you think of him?
That he had been in High School Musical. He must be a good guy.
True, but have you heard about him being in rehab twice already for a cocaine problem? What do you think about him now, knowing this information?
Like, I don't believe it because he had always been the hero and he's been the good guy in the movie, so I don't believe it.
Thank you. Hello, miss. Could you please tell me your age?
18.
I'm gonna ask you a few questions about Zac Efron. What do you think about him?
Well, he's really good looking, and I haven't heard anything about him on Twitter or Facebook, so he must be a good guy, right? Nothing scandalous out there?
Well, actually, my sources tell me that he has been in rehab twice for a cocaine problem. What do you think about him now that you know this information?
He hasn't really done anything crazy to prove it, so can't say anything bad about him.
Thank you. Hello, sir. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. How old are you?
I'm 32.
What do you think about Zac Efron?
Oh, he's a really good guy. He portrays a lot of heroes in the movies and gets all the chicks, so I think he's a good guy.
Well, did you hear that he recently got released from rehab again, being his second time? So what do you think about him now?
Really? Rehab? I haven't heard that. I think he's still a good guy though. I've been in rehab like 4 times. He's still good.
Thank you.
Zac Efron. Children rated him with a 5 on his looks, 4 on talent, and 4 on how much they liked him based on the media. Most children knew who Zac Efron was through the Disney movies of High School Musical 1, 2, and 3. They perceived him as a good guy because in the movie sequel, he was portrayed as a person who got good grades, was polite, respectful, and a great athlete. This set his image as a boy who didn't get into any trouble. Teenagers rated Zac Efron with a 5 on his looks, 3.5 on talent, and a 4 with how much they liked him based on the media. Teenagers base most of their opinions on the physical aspect of the celebrity, especially actors. Teenagers base their taste on who they think is physically attractive. Most teens in both genders rated Zac Efron as a good looking with a 5. This made them perceive him as a good person because since he looked good, he must be good. Adults rated Zac Efron with a 5 on looks, 4 in talent, and a 4 on how much they liked him based on the media. On most movies, Zac Efron plays the protagonist who saves the day. He is the character that is portrayed as a sweet, intelligent gentleman who always gets the girl. By the way Zac Efron is seen in the movies is how people perceive as how he is in real life, which is as a person who is always doing the right thing and saves the day. Overall, people perceive Zac Efron as a good-natured young man. However, when the participants were informed of his time in rehab for his addiction, they didn't believe it. They felt shocked when they heard the news of Zac being addicted to cocaine. They were set on this image of him being a respectful man that they couldn't form an emotion other than shock. They had reasoned that he was the same as his characters that he portrays in the movies. In addition, the media uses language to emphasize the point that he is indeed a good boy. In the news report, words such as happy, healthy, and better were used to maintain that positive image people have on him. The arts. The celebrities are involved in the arts, acting and or singing. Based on the role they play in a movie or type of songs they sing, people will perceive them a certain way. For example, Justin Bieber now wears tattoos, so people perceive him as a rebel. Miley Cyrus changed her look from a good girl to a bad girl and exhibits herself too much, so people see her as crazy. Zac Efron plays the good guy in most of the movies he's in, so people perceive him that way.
Human sciences. Based on how the celebrities are portrayed through the arts, people create groups as a reaction to them. They either interact with each other as fans or haters. We gather our information by asking people to rate these celebrities by their looks, personality, and talent. Human sciences was important to our studies as we took media studies into consideration. We also contemplated human geography because it shows how people have to rely on the media to find more stuff and learn about these artists since they don't live that close to each other.
All in all, the media utilizes their language to manipulate people's perception and emotion towards a celebrity. The different age groups have diverse opinions on these celebrities because of the media and their high authority and uses of fallacies such as appeal to emotion and false authority. Children are mostly dependent of their older role models for their opinion on celebrities. It could be agreeing or disagreeing. Teens are dependent on the social media websites and adults on current events found on the newspaper and news.
That's all, folks.